1852, travelers in the gold fields of Northern California were being terrorized by highwaymen known as the Bandanna Gang. When 2 San Francisco councilmen were robbed and killed, I set out to track them down. So far, I'd had no luck, no clue.
Loaded too! I'll get you next time!
Come on. Out of there. I've got a gun on you. Come on out.
I can't.
Why not?
Because I ain't dressed.
That's all right. I've seen kids before.
I ain't no kid. I'm a girl.
The Californians.
California, I've come to live where life is best. In the Golden West, I'm gonna strike it rich in California. California.
Let me have that other rifle.
Oh, there's no other rifle. I was just bluffing.
You weren't bluffing when you took that shot at me.
Well, I thought you was one of them robbers coming back.
Robbers? What robbers?
I don't know. They had bandanas over their faces.
Bandanas? A gang of them?
3. I went down to the creek to take a bath, and they came and they stole my clothes and all our gold dust and almost everything else we had.
Who's we?
Me and my Uncle Zeke.
They shot him?
Yeah. They had no cause to neither. He was sound asleep and snoring. What's that badge?
Marshal's badge. I'm Matthew Wayne, San Francisco. What's your name?
Sam.
Sam.
Samantha Jackson. They call me Sam. Are you after them robbers?
Yes. I want you to tell me exactly what happened, right from the start.
Well, it was after supper last night. Uncle Zeke had a jug, and he got kind of mushy and started crying and saying, I've lived a worthless, sinful life. But if I do one thing before I cash in, I'm gonna find you a husband. I just told him I'd find my own self a husband, so he got mad. He picked up a stick and started chasing me.
Did he catch you?
No, he fell over a log and passed out. So I covered him up with his blanket, and I took off all my clothes, except my shoes, and took my rifle and went down to the creek and took a bath. That's when the robbers came. I hid up there behind them rocks.
Sam, did you get a look at them?
No. Oh, but I heard one of them. He was leaning down over my Uncle Zeke, and then he stood up and he said, he's a gone fawn skin.
A what?
A gone fawn skin. And they went away.
And that's all you heard?
Yeah. When it was daylight, I buried him. One good thing, he never felt no pain. You know, he never tried to beat me less than he was full. He was my pa's brother.
Luck.
I shoot better than that, mostly.
Oh, yes? I'm glad you caught me on one of your off days. And what happened to your hair?
What do you mean, what happened to my hair? I cut it myself. What's wrong with it?
Nothing. Well, you better pack up. You might have to shoot again.
Why? What are you doing?
I'm taking you into the next town, Shingle Springs.
But ain't there nobody we can hire up for a guide? Just to Sacramento. We got money to pay.
Ma'am, there's a new strike up on Goose Creek. All that's left here are 2 Chinese and 3 old ladies.
Come on. Come on, Sam. You look all right. I'd like to buy this young lady a dress.
A dress? I ain't even got a spool of thread for sale. What happened to her clothes? How'd she lose them?
Bandanna Gang. Last night. About 5 miles up the road. They killed her uncle and stole everything they had.
You hear that, folks? The Bandanna Gang. That's why I ain't got nothing to sell, hardly. 2 wagon loads of mine they got, killed the drivers and took it all. Wagons and horses, too. I just been warning these here folks not to venture out where they can get it the same way.
Well, Sam, what's our move?
Take me with you, Marshal. I can sell my rifle and get some clothes in Sacramento. And I got a shovel, too, in the wagon. Please, Marshal, take me with you.
Did she call you Marshal?
That's right, ma'am. Marshal Wayne, San Francisco.
And you're on your way there?
Well, Sacramento first and then home.
Well, that's where we're going. Or we was till we heard about this Bandanna Gang. Can't we all go together?
Ma, we don't need a guide. I got a rifle and I got a revolver.
Judge, you can't drive them mules all day and sit up all night, and you know it. It's my son and my daughter. Their father's waiting for us in San Francisco, Jethro Hayes, and I'm Mrs. Hayes. We'd be glad to pay you, Marshal. These gentlemen want to go, too.
I do indeed, sir.
And me too, if you'd let me.
This here's Brother Evans, Marshal. He's a kind of mining camp preacher.
No, Brother Burke, not a preacher. Just a humble man trying to shed the Lord's light into the shadows of sin.
This gentleman I don't rightly know, seeing as how he just wandered in here.
I'm a gambler, sir. Tracy Sturtevant, late of New Orleans. And after rather a phenomenal streak of luck, most eager to get to San Francisco. Oh, and I might add, Marshal, most unwilling to encounter this Bandanna Gang. Name your price, sir.
Well, that's not it. I'm here on business and...
What's to keep them robbers from bushwhacking you? There's 3 of them, you know.
Looks as though it's the only way I'll get my badge back. You can lend her a dress, can't you, Mrs. Hayes?
A dress? Well, the only dress I got's what you see on me.
Oh, I have a clean shirt, if that'll help.
Hey, would you wear boys' clothes, honey?
Why not? Her name is Sam.
My name is Samantha Jackson.
Judd, go get your suit.
Oh, wait a minute, Ma. I'm saving that suit.
You want to see your paw, don't you?
Ma, I brung that suit all the way from Indiana. You know what I'm saving it for.
Get it. He's probably outgrown it anyhow, way he's been filling out.
My contribution, mademoiselle.
Thank you. Keep your old suit. I'll go the way I am.
Oh, take it, girl, and welcome.
Put it on, Sam. Let's go.
Right back here, young lady.
Let me give you a lift, brother.
I can manage, thank you.
Here's your star.
You look fine, Sam.
That's a fine suit. Taylor made that suit. You take good care of it now, you hear?
What are you saving it for?
That's my business.
All right, let's go, Sam. Get up in the rig. You lead the others.
This Bandanna Gang, brother. Why have they never been captured?
Too foxy. They strike, they kill, they're gone. They even seem to know who's carrying money.
I wonder if they know what you've got in those saddlebags.
They know. They also know that you're carrying a small fortune in yours.
We're lucky to have that Marshal along, aren't we, brother?
Marshal, I forgot to tell you something. One of them bandana robbers was riding a white horse.
Well, this ought to hold us.
There now. Maybe I can set a spell. Looks like she's took to you, Mr. Sturdivant. Have you got children of your own?
No children, Mrs. Hayes. I sometimes wonder who'll bury me.
What are you up to there, Brother Evans?
Just thought I'd build myself a little fire.
What's wrong with this fire?
I generally read a chapter in the book before turning in. Wouldn't want to disturb anybody.
Miss Hayes, could you borrow me a needle and thread?
Why, sure, child. But you can't see to sew nothing tonight.
So what?
Your suit, here.
I knowed it. I knowed she'd do it. Ma, look at that. That coat's ruined.
I'm sorry.
How'd you do a thing like that?
I caught it on a dead limb, but I'll sew it up for you tomorrow.
I should never let you borrow it.
Well, then I'll buy you a new one when I get to San Francisco.
Buy with what?
Judge, she didn't aim to do it, did you?
No, ma'am.
You know, from all I hear, San Francisco's a pretty wild place for a young girl alone. Can't you arrange to send her back east, Marshal?
I'm staying right here in California.
Well, I think you ought to be with your folks, Sam.
I ain't got no folks.
Nobody? None at all?
Well, no, sir. Well, they all died coming out here. Daddy, he died of the cholera on the Platte, and the Digger Indians got my brother. Ma just sort of pined away. She died on the Humboldt. You know about my Uncle Zeke. Reckon I'm just the last of the Jacksons.
But, what'll you do, mademoiselle?
Well, the same as I was doing in Hangtown. And I was making more money than my Uncle Zeke was mining gold.
Doing what?
Taking in washing. Those men didn't have no women, nobody to do their laundry. Well, it's the same in San Francisco, isn't it?
It sure is. I send my laundry to China by boat.
Oh, boy, then I'll do all right. You know, I was getting $8 a dozen for them shirts. And the first money I earn, I'll buy you a tailor-made suit.
Yeah, and I'll take it, too.
Oh, stop it, Judd. Well, you got gumption, child, I'll say that for you. You might be right pretty if you was fixed up some.
Her pretty?
What's so all-far special about this golden suit, anyway?
That's my wedding suit. That's what's special about it. As soon as we get settled, I'm gonna get married in it.
Ha! Who'd marry you?
Don't you worry about that. I'll find someone.
Yeah, some lop-headed girl, maybe.
Well, it ain't gonna be no girl by the name of Sam.
You bet it won't.
All right, all right, all right. I think we all better get to bed tonight anyway. Get an early start in the morning.
Oh, come on, Judd. Never seen a boy so set and getting married.
Where do you want me to sleep, Marshal?
Oh, suit yourself anywhere at all. Sam, I think you better sleep in the wagon.
Oh, mademoiselle, just a moment. For gallantry.
Marshal, I'd feel better if you kept this for me tonight.
Well, if you'd rest easier, Mrs. Hayes.
Well, it's got all our money in it. Soon as Mr. Hayes seen what California was like, he wrote me to sell the farm and come on out. And I got a pretty good price, too. I'd hate to bring it all the way from Indiana and have it stole on the last lap.
I'll sleep with my head on it. Good night, Mrs. Hayes.
Good night.
Say, Marshal, I don't think it could have been his horse I saw to you, Mr. Sturdivant's.
I doubt it.
And it couldn't have been Brother Evans. You know, I think I was wrong to suspicion them.
There's your signal. 2 fires.
How far?
A couple of miles, I'd say.
Here we go.
guess I kind of messed things up trying to help.
Yeah, looks as though we all messed things up. Except Sam. Thanks for firing that shot.
I gotta start practicing again. I only hit him in the hand.
It was good enough to save my life. The strong box.
Here it is. They didn't get it.
Marshal. He's been knifed.
Did they get my saddlebags?
No. You were lying then.
Mademoiselle. The last of the Jacksons. From the last of the Sturdivants.
Gone fawn skin.
Gone, Fawn. That's what he...
There's a shovel in Sam's wagon, brother. Almost forgot this.
Marshal, you gonna arrest him? Why don't you take him in?
Now, slow down, Sam. Gone fawn skin is an expression. I've heard people use it before.
I know.
Now, wait a minute. He was nowhere near Sturdivant last night. And don't forget, he did read out of the Bible at his funeral this morning.
I ain't saying he killed him. I'm saying he's in with them. They went for you first, didn't they?
Sure. I had the strong box.
Well, how did they know you had the strong box unless Brother Evans told them?
All right, Sam. You are on the right track. But we want to be sure. We want to get them all, don't we?
Sure, but how?
Mrs. Hayes still has her money. You have Sturdivant's. If Brother Evans is in with them, they'll be back tonight. Only this time, we're going to set a little trap for them, see?
Yeah. Look out, here he comes.
All right, let's go.
Well, they'll be making camp about another hour.
The way I look at it, finding gold's a matter of luck. And nobody can blame a man for being unlucky. But getting here, over them mountains, across them deserts, through them rivers, day in, day out, mile after mile, that ain't luck. That's grit. And any state that's got 100,000 people in it with that much grit, it don't need no gold. It's got something better. It's bound to be a great state someday. Belongs to be. It's the way I look at it.
Well, now you take Sam here. She has grit and gold, both, thanks to Mr. Sturdivant.
She sure has. $4,000.
How much does a tailor-made suit cost?
Oh, about $100. Good one.
Well, give him 100, Marshal.
No, Ma can mend it good as new. I don't want your money,
Why are you so set on getting married?
because I want to raise a family of my own.
Reckon he got the idea from the Hadleys, our neighbors back in Indiana. They had 13 children.
8 of them boys. Mr. Hadley had any work to be done. There was hands to do it. And if you're going to raise a big family, you got to get started young. So I'm going to get me a gal and get married.
I'll marry you.
What?
Well, with my $4,000, we could buy a farm and get started right away.
Well, I never.
If I were 10 years younger, Sam, I'd give Judge some competition myself.
Well, what do you say?
Well, I don't know. Ma.
Maybe we'd better wait, Sam, and ask his pa.
Well, I'm ready any time.
Be fruitful and multiply, and replenish the earth and subdue it.
Well, I guess that's enough romance for one night. Let's all turn in.
Well, it's something to sleep on anyway.
Sam,
Good
you
night.
take this. Nobody will think of you guarding it.
Yes, sir. I'll guard it good.
Judd will stand watches. You take the first one and wake me at midnight.
Yes, Marshal.
I'll take a last look at the horses, Marshal.
Yeah, you better do that, brother.
The Marshal's got the saddlebags. I'll take care of him. The girl has a strong box in her wagon. Finish her off proper. I think she knows we killed her uncle. You take the kid, stand and guard. He's against that big tree. My shot will be the signal. Don't make a move. All right, Brother Evans. Now you can really start to pray. Well, that's a fine day's work, I must say.
I always thought he was such a nice man.
The devil can cite scriptures for his purpose, Mrs. Hayes. Where's Sam?
Hey, everybody, look what I found. You know what's in these packs? Uncle Zeke's gold dust, $3,000 worth. That's $7,000 altogether. That ought to swing your paw around.
Well, maybe, but I've been thinking, Sam. I want to get a farm of my own. I don't want your $7,000.
Well, then I'll have to put it out on interest. We've got to think about educating them children.
Marshal, if Pa says yes, will you be my best man?
I'd be honored, Jed. Not only that, I'm going to buy a silver mug in honor of your first child.
I already got his name picked out. Matt, the first of the Hayeses.
That's all right with me.
California. Oh, I've traveled here, I've traveled there. I guess I've been most everywhere. But I like where I am today, and here is where I'll stay. Now, one thing I just can't endure is being broke and being poor. So I come west to take the cure, and here is where I'll stay. I've come to California, California. There's gold in them there hills in California. I've come to live where life is best, in the golden west. I'm gonna strike it rich in